Like what you see, there's more. Hello and namaste. In this video, I'm going to show you a recipe of a simple meal that I cook for my dogs. It's no fuss, you don't need a lot of preparation time, and they love it. As I take you through the steps of making the meal, I will also dive into the choice of the ingredients as well as the benefits of the ingredients. Now, if your dog has specific dietary requirements, or they're allergic to a lot of things, or they're generally a bit sensitive towards different kinds of foods, then please consult with a vet or a nutritionist or a specialist of some sorts. When you're changing a dog's meal or you're switching the brand of the food, always introduce the new food slowly. And by that I mean maybe mix it up with their older food, because sometimes they completely reject the new food. This is especially true if your dogs are a bit fussy. Now I'm making this recipe for 2 dogs, so it's in a slightly larger portion, but feel free to alter the portion size according to the size, the age, the number of dogs in your house. So let's get started. I'm using 2 carrots, small piece of pumpkin, a whole sweet potato, some chicken, half-cut cabbage, and a tiny bit of cauliflower with some spinach as well. Once you've thoroughly washed your veggies and meat, start by peeling the carrots and thinly slicing them. The finer you cut these vegetables, the better, because they take less space and are easier to mix together. Then move on to cutting the pumpkin, but I remove the green part, the back of it, before I start chopping it with my questionable knife skills. That's the sweet potato that I'm peeling, and then I start chopping that as well. Lastly, I've got a little bit of spinach. So we usually use basmati kani or basmati tukra rice. I'm putting 5 cups of rice, and then I'm going to thoroughly wash it. Do wash it to remove any excess starch. Once you've washed the rice, we're going to add all the vegetables that we previously cleaned, peeled, cut and prepped. Each vegetable here has a lot of nutrients. For example, the sweet potato is low in fat. It's rich in vitamins A, C, B6, calcium and potassium. Pumpkin is loaded with potassium, iron, vitamins A, E, C and lots of minerals as well. It aids digestion and is good for the skin and coat of dogs. Cabbage, on the other hand, is a rich source of antioxidants. It has cancer-fighting properties. It's also filled with vitamins K, C, B6, B1. Sometimes the dogs get a bit gassy with large amounts of cabbage, so serve in small proportions. Cauliflower is brilliant when it comes to reducing inflammation. It has tons of fiber, it's low in calorie, and it supports digestive health. Cauliflower also needs to be served in small portions. Spinach consists of iron, antioxidants, vitamins A, B, C, K, but don't put too much of spinach in one setting, or just give a lot of spinach to your dogs, because they contain something called as an oxalic acid. If there is too much of oxalic acid that is being consumed by the dog, then it can actually block their body's ability to absorb calcium. Lastly, I've got carrots that are high in beta-carotene. They naturally protect the cells from damages, and they're great for their vision, so they make an excellent treat. I'm using almost 1.5 liters of water, but the idea is basically to fill it till the brim of the pressure cooker. So that's the kind of measurement that I go with. I'm also adding a little bit of turmeric, which is an immunity booster. It prevents heart diseases, it's anti-inflammatory, and it also deals with arthritis and joint issues. Another ingredient that I make sure I always include is ghee. It actually helps in making the bones strong. It lubricates joints and keeps them healthy. They also get healthier teeth and gums because of ghee. You should also include ghee in their diet for healthier skin and coat, as it reduces irritation and any itchy skin, dry skin, eczema, those kind of issues as well. I'm just going to stir it a little bit so that the ghee mixes with the water and the food, and so does the turmeric. We're going with chicken as the source of protein in this preparation because it has lots of protein, gives the dog lots of energy. It consists of omega-6 fatty acids, essential amino acids, and glucosamine, which is important for healthy bones. The protein and starch combination that exists in a meal of chicken and white rice has the potential to stimulate a dog's appetite, and it's also easy to digest, and that's why it's a recommended diet for many. Having said that, there could be some dogs that are allergic to it, so substitute the protein with something else. Fish is a good substitute. Once you turn it off after 30 minutes of it cooking, allow it to rest for 30 minutes to 1 hour because this gives it time to cook some more in that steam and also cool down gradually. That extra time ensures that it's cooked through, and then it's also at a moderate temperature to be served. Now I like to let the chicken cook with the bones and then remove the bones later when you're serving them, because sometimes cooked bones can be a bit prickly, and people say that you should not feed dogs cooked bones, but they can eat raw bones. Anyway, that's up for debate. If you want to be careful, then let it cook with the bones and then remove it later when you're serving them, or you can just use boneless chicken. I find that bones add flavor and nutrients and minerals, so I feel that it's good to include them and then remove them if they are going to be a problem in terms of digestion or choking or anything. Serving size also depends on how energetic your dog is and how much they like to play and how much they like to sit idle. So if they're using a lot of energy, you want to give them bigger portions. This is roughly the size that I use for my 3-year-old Indy. She's quite energetic. I feed her this home-cooked meal twice a day, that is for lunch and dinner, and breakfast is roughly 50 grams of dry food. The best part about making such a big portion is that you can take them in tiny batches and serve them as you go along for the next few days. I'm currently feeding 2 dogs, and this lasts me for 5 days, give or take. I store them in these containers in the fridge, not in the freezer, and every day I take out the required amount, add some hot water because it has been in the fridge, so it's gonna be really cold for the dogs to eat. And since I prefer that they eat warm food, I add some hot water and kind of mix it well and squish it a little bit so that it's even in the consistency that they like to eat. Dogs do like to slurp and take it all in. So that's it from me. Do try this recipe out and let me know what you and your dogs think, and I'll see you next time.